Hi everyone, welcome to my first video. I start off by applying the Benefit Porefessional all over my face, where I have lines to smooth everything out and create a nice canvas for my foundation. For my foundation, I combined the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and I buff it out with my brush. And then I'm using two shades to combine it to make my perfect shade from the Maybelline Fit Me Concealers, and I apply it in a triangle under my eye, as well as my other highlighting areas on my face. And I buff it out with the same brush that I used for my foundation and with the beauty sponge from e.l.f. for my under eyes. And here I am with the NYX Wander Stick, and I apply it in all my contour areas, my nose, my cheek, my forehead, and I buff it out with the e.l.f. Beauty Sponge. The shade in the contour stick, I believe, is called Universal, and it creates a nice bronzy look, contours really well, blends out super easy, as you can see on here. Next, I come in with my N.Y.C Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder in Translucent, and I use this to set my under eye, and I kind of bring it in a little bit into my nose so that it can take away the extra shadows from my nose. And then I use the same powder to set my entire face. Okay, and then I go in with the N.Y.C Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the shade Sunny. And I love this bronzer. I've had it for years. It was actually the first bronzer I ever purchased. Love the color it gives, super natural, sun-kissed look. And I apply it everywhere. I applied the contour as well. Next, I go in with the Champagne Pop by BECCA and Jaclyn Hill on my highlighting areas, of course, upper cheeks, face, nose, cheeks, and we jump into the eyes. To start off, I have the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette, and I go in with the shade Mousse as my transition shade. And I blend it in, kind of messy, nothing too special, just buffing it out all over. Kind of going pretty high on the lid. And then next I go in with the shade from OFRA that I got in my BoxyCharm months ago. Honestly, I don't know what the shade is, but it's super pretty. It's almost like a bronzy, peanut buttery color. Love it. Use it almost every day. And I kind of do the same thing that I did with the first eyeshadow, and I buff it out everywhere. Next, I go in with a Lord & Berry eyeliner that I got in my BoxyCharm as well. Super black eyeliner, very creamy, easily blendable, and I apply it very close to my lash line. And nothing too, it can be kind of messy, and I just buff it out with an angled eyeliner brush. This is creating a nice base for the other shadows that we're going to go in with in a little bit. Kind of just, as you see there on my other eye, just creating a thin line close to the lash line and then buffing it out. You don't have to be too precise with this. It's just going to get covered up by eyeshadow, but it creates a really nice base. And then I go in with that OFRA eyeshadow again. As you can see, it's a really pretty shade, almost like a bronzer. And I apply it everywhere on top of the eyeliner. And then I go in with the shade Truffled from the Too Faced palette, and I apply it with a flat shader brush all over my eyelid. And as you can see, I pat it down first to not have too much fallout, and then I blend it out with that same brush. And then I go in with a fluffy blending brush, and I go into my crease, make sure there's no harsh lines. And here you see I'm doing it in the other eye. Pat down first, then spread it all over the eyelid, make sure it's all covered, and then blend it out with a fluffy brush. And there I am, blending. And then I go in with a darker shade from the same palette called Hot Fudge. It's kind of like a shimmery, super dark brown shade, and it's going on top of where I applied the eyeliner. And then I just blend it out, and it gives a nice gradient effect of the smoky brown eye that we're going for. Then I go in again with the OFRA shadow, blend everything out. Again, I only applied a teeny bit, but it does the trick. Then I go in with the shade Butter Pecan from the same Too Faced palette we were using earlier. Just apply that as my brow highlight. Then I go in with the L'Oreal brow gel to set my brows in place, kind of jumping everywhere here. And then I go in with that same Lord & Berry eyeliner that we used earlier. We're going to line the waterline about 3/4 of the way in, and then we're going to bring it down a little bit and then use an angled eyeliner brush to smudge it out. Doesn't have to be perfect, again, pretty messy. We're going to cover it with eyeshadow, and I kind of do the same progression that I did earlier. On the lid, I go in with Hot Fudge Truffled, and then I use the OFRA shadow, and I kind of bring it down to give it a really smoky and blown out effect. Here I am, and just keep blending, and I also connect it to the shadows from the upper lid to make sure it gives like a nice rounded effect. Here I am with the champagne highlighter again, and I'm using it towards the inner corner and like the inner 1/4, and I apply also the Wet n Wild glitter eyeshadow right on top of that, and it gives like a super fun gold glittery look. And again, it's the inner first quarter of the inner corner, and I kind of bring it on top of the lid. I also use the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner, and I kind of use it as a base before applying my eyelashes, and again I apply it really close to the lash line. I'm using the Ardell lashes in Natural, I believe they are, with the Duo Lash Adhesive. Kind of let it dry for about 30 seconds or so. You saw me dancing there. Here I am again. I'm dancing it out, waiting it out, and I apply them. Next I go in with the OFRA liquid lipstick in Americano. I also got this in my BoxyCharm months ago. Super good formula, stays on all day, doesn't create like the butthole lips as I call them. Pretty shade, and it really blends or ties everything in together. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. This is my first video ever, so hopefully it gets a good result, and hope to see you all again. Bye bye.